Charlotte, chocolatier Casey Hickey produces her product under the name 20 Degrees Chocolates. Not just a cool name, it refers to the fact that the beans used only grow within 20 degrees of latitude, either north or south of the equator.
It's obscure enough to get people to ask questions, and then that starts conversations, and I think that's when people really connect with what we do.
It's not unusual these days to find small chocolate shops, but 20 Degrees Chocolates share space in the shop Petit Philippe with wine. Casey and her husband Mark are the owners.
It's really my passion for chocolate and Mark's passion for wine. People's passions, if they're into chocolate, they just can really geek out about it, and the same thing with wine, and we do too, so they actually are a really nice marriage in that way.
It might be a different combination, but it's one that has been embraced by many people in this part of the city.
The personal relationships that we've forged and the way people have responded to the nature of what we're doing and to our focus on service has really been overwhelming. We've had people tell us they're making it their mission to help us be successful, which is pretty spectacular.
This place has been open since December of 2010, and so far so good. Owning her own place was what Casey had in mind when she left the corporate world and headed to culinary school in France. She just didn't know the shop would sell chocolates.
It was really pastry school. I was in Paris and I thought I was the cake person until I had a chocolate course, and I discovered a real facility with working with it and a passion for the things that you can do with it. I don't know if it was a talent or if it was just kind of a merging of left and right brain, because it's very chemistry oriented. There's a lot that you learn about fat and sugar crystallization.
While working with chocolate was the best fit for Casey, her choice of products and the timing could not have been better. The 20 Degrees brand has emerged at the same time as a chocolate revolution in America.
People are starting to discover that chocolate can be a more exotic and interesting experience the way we discovered coffee 20 years ago. I think we're finding in this country it can be more than just that mass-produced, fairly uniform tasting stuff that we grew up on.
All of Casey's product is turned out of this small two-person kitchen, as the tendency would be to go as quickly as possible to create the confections that's simply not possible when working with chocolate.
You temper chocolate, and I think temper is a perfect word to describe that, because you have to temper yourself.
Casey uses 8 or 9 different types of chocolate, most of it produced in France. There's also cream with a very high butterfat percentage and butter with a very low water content. It's all in an attempt to get 20 degrees to stand out from the field.
It becomes palate, taste. Do people like the things that I put together? Am I putting something out that's interesting enough? And am I changing enough? Are the products changing enough?
On this day, Casey is experimenting with a new flavor. A lot of different elements are combined to produce something special.
I think I'm going to call it Kashmiri pear, and it is a 2-layered chocolate, and 1 layer is a pâte de fouille, a pear pâte de fouille with saffron, and then there'll be a white wine and white chocolate ganache with cardamom steeped in it. We're just kind of tweaking which flavor of chocolate we're going to enrobe it in, and if we've got enough cardamom going on in that ganache to really stand up to it.
The desire to create new tastes is always there for Casey.
My flavor creation brain is always there.
But she knows that with loyal customers all having their favorites, change shouldn't come too quickly.
I might be phasing out some of my what I consider more basic flavors in lieu of some of these more complex 2-layered ganaches and things like that.
Chocolate is most definitely the featured ingredient here, but there are other items as well. Take these fruit-flavored, sugar-dusted gelées. There are handmade marshmallows too. No matter the confection though, the goal is the same.
I don't want it to be something that they can get just anywhere. Of course, it has to be delicious. The mouthfeel has to be right. And I want them to feel like they just took care of themselves in some way. And if I see that light or I hear the sigh, then I know I've hit it.
There is much awareness here that chocolate and wine are not necessities.
In this economy, both of our products, wine and chocolate, are indulgences. They are indulgences that fortunately people haven't eliminated.
But there is a corresponding thought that the items that can be procured here might be a better value than what can be purchased for less elsewhere.
Certainly it's not as inexpensive to buy these chocolates, but you typically buy fewer because you're satisfied after 1 or 2 pieces. You don't need to buy a 24-piece box for yourself to plow through half of it before you feel like you're in some strange way satisfied, but you still haven't gotten any of that flavor impact. I think it's actually a healthy indulgent. Small quantities of that keeps you satisfied emotionally and your appetite, and you're not looking to fill it somewhere else.
20 Degrees is in the process of revamping its website in order to make confections available over the internet.
It'll be an interesting process to learn what people want to buy online versus what they might get in the store.
Looking even farther ahead, the 5-year plan is for the internet business to be well established and to have at least one more shop where 20 Degrees chocolates can be found.
I want it to be the same quality, I just want it to be in more people's hands and, for them to be enjoying it. It's not about competition, it's about knowing that I've achieved that goal of really satisfying someone and bringing them some pleasure.